Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of 15-Minute Builds. And in today's episode, we are going to be building this little motel. This was suggested by a couple of you over a relatively long period of time, and I've tried it many times and just never been able to come up with a build that I was really happy with. And this one, I think, does the trick. So, we'll take a look. Each of the rooms is identical. It's got a little window. We got a bed, we got a little desk in here, and that's pretty much it. Nothing too fancy. We got some parking out front, and that is basically it. So let's go ahead and get right to building. Oh, I should also mention this area, this is all just laid out with clay right now, but this area is 18 going this way, I believe. Let's just double check that. Yep, 18 by, I think it's 23. Yes, 18 by 23. So 18 this way, 23 this way. And that's all I've got to say about it. So let's go ahead and get right to building. I'm going to put 15 minutes on the clock starting right now. So the first thing we're going to want to do is lay out kind of the front section. So we're going to go andesite, leave a gap of 3, andesite, gap of 3, andesite, gap of 3, andesite, gap of 3, andesite, gap of 3, and an andesite, just like that. On top of that, we're going to put 2 cyan stained clay blocks, just like this. And then finally, on top of that, we'll put another andesite block, just like this, okay? Then we're going to mirror that on this side, and we're going to leave a space in between of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? And then andesite, etc., etc., just like we did in the front, gap of 3, all that good stuff, and then 2 cyan stained clay blocks on top, and then finally polished andesite on top of each of those. Okay, so we should have something that looks like this. All right, now we need to put in the walls. So I am going to use World Edit for this, but it's the same process. We're just going to essentially fill this whole thing in with oak planks, just like that, okay? And then we're going to knock out, in between each of these ones in the front, a space for a door, just like that. Okay, so that's all pretty easy so far, right? Now, the next thing we're going to want to do is take gray wool, this like dark gray wool. Oh, and actually, you know what? I totally forgot to do one very important thing, and that is put in the walls in between each room. So, we're just going to line those up with these pillars here, like this. Is that lined up? Yes, it is. And we want set 5, and then we'll do the same here and here. So there's one, and there's one. Okay, there we go. Now we've got that in. And then what we'll do is we're going to fill in the floor in all of these with this dark gray wool, which you can certainly do by hand, but I'm using World Edit just because it's a little bit faster and I can get more accomplished within our time limit. All right, now on each of the doors, we're going to go ahead and put a dark oak door, like so. Okay, and then we can go ahead and put in the desk right away as well. That's going to go up against the right side of the wall like this, and it's basically just upside down dark oak stairs connecting like that. Really, really simple desk. Nothing fancy at all. There we go. And then finally, let's go ahead and grab ourselves a bed, and we'll put that in as well, and we'll put that up against this corner like this. And we'll do that in each of the rooms. Oh, come on now. Come on. There we go. Okay. Beautiful. All right, now coming around back here to this side, we're going to knock out these 2 blocks in the middle of each of the pillars. Oh, dirt that one up. There we go. And that looks pretty good. Now I want to take dark oak stairs and we're going to put those like this above the windows, and then we're going to do the opposite on this side. So we'll have upside down stairs kind of coming up in each of the corners, right? Now let's go ahead and grab a torch. I'm going to put one torch right here in each of the rooms, and then we're going to fill in the whole top with these dark oak slabs, just like this, and that is 126.5. Set 126.5. There we go. So we'll have something that looks like this. All right. Now let's take some dark oak slabs, and in the lower half of the block, where we have this polished andesite up here, we'll go ahead and put those in. We're going to leave this, actually, you know what, let's do it on this side. I didn't do it on that side on that build, but I think now that I'm looking at it, I kind of like it. So let's actually stick with that. Then we'll grab some white stained glass panes and fill in the windows back here, just like this. There we go. And then I think along this side right here, we're going to need some oak leaves, and we're going to need some coarse dirt. There we go. We'll go ahead and put coarse dirt like that. And we could put it in here as well, I suppose. I think I kind of like that. Let's actually go with that. Once again, something that wasn't in the original build, but I'm looking at the clock. We're only about 5.5 minutes in, so I think we'll still have plenty of time to do all these little details. So there we go. And then along this side, we're going to do the same thing with the coarse dirt base, and then just a row of oak leaves on top like hedges. Okay, so we got something like that. And now the rooms themselves are essentially done. Now we need to make the parking spot. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to end one block from there. And we'll just take out this whole thing, like so. And then lining up with each of those pillars, we'll go ahead and knock these lines out as well. There we go. Then let's grab some yellow stained clay and fill in that whole thing, because these are kind of our parking spots where cars were parked. If we have time, I'd actually like to try and put a car in one of these parking spots. I think that'd be really kind of a cool detail. And I think we will probably have time for it. So we're good there. Now we just need to do the sign. So in this far corner, we'll put down 2 blocks of polished andesite. We'll then grab some cobblestone walls and go 1, 2, 3. Is that right? Is it 3 or 4? 4. Okay, that's what I thought. So there we go. And then on top of that, we're going to take, let's see, we're going to need some spruce slabs, some spruce stairs, some snow, some red wool, there we go, and some snow placeable thing, whatever. Okay, so that's pretty good. And then let's just go 1, 2, and 1. And we're basically centering this on this middle part right here, and then a line of snow like that. And then we'll go, let's do the stairs next. So we're putting upside down spruce stairs with the long part on the edge, kind of like the little, the legs for the bed. And then we're just filling in the gaps in between with these spruce slabs like this. And then on top of the snow, we'll go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. So we got a little bed, and that's kind of our sign that says, this is a motel. Okay, now let's try and make up a car on the spot. So I'm going to grab some coal, and we'll go 1, 2... Wow, this is going to be a derpy little car. That's okay. We'll do something like that. I'll grab some stone slabs, and we'll do maybe something like this to fill in the whole little base. So it'll be something like that. And then maybe we'll take some smooth stone to get kind of this shape here going. Just a layer of smooth stone on top. That is way too big. scale-wise. That's just not going to work. Let's actually change this up a little bit then. We'll stick with the stone slabs, and maybe right here we'll do... How do I want to do this? Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll put glass blocks like this with stairs like so, maybe? Does that kind of look like a car? Not really. Let's do this instead. There. That kind of looks like a car. That's not terrible. And then we'll just bring this back because we'll say it's like a pickup or something. How's that look? That's actually not terrible. We'll go with it. Cool. Let's grab stone buttons and put those on the coal tires like this. And then I'm thinking we need some other details. So let's maybe get away from the stone slabs. Let's maybe grab some cobblestone and do something like that for this part. And then maybe right here. Ooh, actually what we should do, let's grab some item frames, and I'll put those, do I like them better up here? I think I like them better down. Yeah, okay. Get that in there. There we go. Let's grab some yellow stained glass panes. This is actually a trick that I learned from Grian, who is another builder that you can find on YouTube. Very, very good builder, actually. I highly recommend him. But I was watching his video on cards the other day, and that was kind of what inspired me to do this. And I think that works out pretty well. We got kind of our front, and then we need something right here. That looks really bad. That also looks bad. That still looks pretty terrible. This is like the worst thing that ever has been built. It's horrible. Actually, that's not terrible. That's kind of an interesting car. I mean, you know what? Whatever. Cars aren't really my strong point, if you guys haven't figured that out already. Let's see here. And we'll grab maybe a little bit of light gray carpet and just top this bit off. Like so? How's that look? That looks kind of pickup trucky. You know what? I'm actually relatively happy with that. I think it'll do. It'll do. I'm happy with it. Cool. So there we have it. A car, a hotel, or actually a motel. Hotel, motel? I'm not really sure what the difference is. You guys let me know. I'll look it up on Google. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this one. I'm going to call it done at 12 minutes and 7 seconds. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.